This special episode is brought to you by SI Design and Printing. You can find them online at sidesign.net. You can also find them on Facebook. Just type in SI Design and Printing. Located in Central Texas, but Kyle Roberts will go all over the nation. All you got to do is get a hold of him, 254-405-9492. Full-service graphic design and print firm. They have signage, they have publications, they have wall wraps, window graphics. They have it all. And I can attest to the quality of their banners as we ordered those for, of course, this show and for Outdrink the Coverage and for the network. And they look absolutely wonderful. They're made of great quality material. They're not going to, be where we can't use them in a year or two. These are some banners that we got that are going to last a few years. Now, if you're a new company and you need a new logo, get a hold of Kyle. If you're an established company and you need a new logo, get a hold of Kyle. If you're an established company and you like your look, and you just need new signage, again, get a hold of Kyle. Find them online, sidesign.net. Give them a call, 254-405-9492. Find them on Instagram and Twitter, SI Design Print. Find them on Facebook. Just type in SI Design and Printing in the search, and make sure you let them know that you heard about them here on the S2S Sports Network and Sideline to Sideline. This episode's also brought to you by Power Plus Mouthguard. You can find them online at powerplusmouthguard.com. Also on Facebook, just type in Power Plus Mouthguard. Now, we have been advertising Dr. Hutchinson's Power Plus Mouthguard for 5-6 years now. And not only because he keeps wanting to advertise, but also because I really believe in the product. We know now with head injuries how that's such a big thing, not only in football, but also in other sports. We just got some research that came out about women's soccer, and concussion rate there is actually higher than what people thought. And so I'm always looking for a product that can help keep the athletes safe, because we want these sports to keep on going. And that is what Power Plus Mouthguard does. And it does it with a simple thing of aligning your jaw properly so that you can get the full amount of oxygen that you can each breath while you're out on the field. That not only helps you with performance, oxygen increase means you have a clearer head in that fog of sports, which means you can react quicker, means your muscles will react quicker because they're getting their full oxygen. And it can also help you prevent because it keeps you with a clear head. And I think that's a big deal when you're in that middle of a play and you get hit and you kind of get spun around and you lose your bearings. If you're getting full oxygen to the brain, you'll be able to get back into it quicker. It's a 16.8% increase to your strength because of your oxygen intake. And the great thing about this is all on their website with the actual data and research. And this was data and research done by an independent company. They researched it and they came out with these, and he's always updating his research to make sure that everything is still in line. But as of right now, the concussion rate is down to 0.2%. So check out powerplusmouthguard.com. They always have great deals going. Again, it doesn't matter if you're playing football or if you're playing another sport. If you're a coach and you're listening and you're trying to get better mouth guards for the team, again, check out Power Plus Mouthguard and let them know that you heard about them here on the S2S Sports Network. Terry Bennett here. It's a special episode here. I don't even know what to call this, just the S2S Network off-season update. And we're going to have a little bit of conversation, some questions I would like to ask to kind of fill out the audience as we move into this new era with this new network. We finally kind of got everything where we want it. Programming note, if you don't know, Grant and we recorded an episode last night of Sideline to Sideline. It's not on this S2S Network feed yet. It will be, but it is on our S2SGrantandTerry.com podcast feed, or Sideline to Sideline if you're looking on a podcast platform. And it's also on YouTube. And we are going to be doing some videos, YouTube, this year, a lot of them, all of the Sideline to Sideline, Outdrink the coverages, any kind of special things we might do on the road. So make sure you check out our YouTube channel, please, L4 Media, L4 Media Company. There's a couple of them out there on YouTube, but it's the one that has the L4 with a play button right in the middle. If you could subscribe and like some of the videos on there, that really helps us as we're trying to grow this network. We're trying to get into the algorithm, which in YouTube, that's such a big thing. We have a couple of other series that are on there. Some from us. We have Outdrink the Coverage, intern Noe and I talking all things NFL, guy talk, booze, food, music, movies. In fact, this past episode, we did The League Season 1 retrospective. We also have from our buddies over at NETSN and the DSN. That's the Disrespect Sports Network. They're going to be on there. They have a great wrestling series, Off the Ropes, where they talk about the current wrestling. So check out Brent, Brandon, and Jeremy Hubbard and KO. And man, Jeremy Hubbard, that's an old name for me. And it was fun to be able to connect back with him. That's a guy that was doing playoff football with me all the way back in 05, 06. So check out that. But what this episode is about is actually all the kind of the non-video stuff and all the stuff that's going to be mainly, I should say mainly, it's going to be exclusively on this S2S Sports Network feed. Now, you can go to YouTube and listen to the podcast that we'll be doing. Those will be put up there as audio only as well. But this is this is where the main meat of the network's going to be when it comes to the stuff that we do that's not sideline to sideline. And that's where I want to get your help from and get y'all's feedback. So, you know, Grant and I have been doing sideline to sideline now for, this will be our 17th year. It's always been exclusively 4A and 3A, and now this year 2A. I think we did 5A for a little bit, and I just never caught on. And so what I'm asking you, the audience, how would y'all feel if the network is exclusive to 4A, 3A, and 2A? Because we're going to still do regional shows this year. In fact, Power Plus Mouthguard, one of the sponsors of this episode, they're a region sponsor of multiple regions. And so what I'm asking y'all is, would y'all be interested in me doing the region shows like I used to, where it's, you know, just every team in that region and just talk about all classes? Or would you like for it to be exclusively 4A, 3A, and 2A? I'm torn because I feel more comfortable talking, of course, 4A and 3A, and I'm getting there with 2A. And it's not that I don't know 5A and 6A. I've covered 5A and 6A for as long as I've done this, but I've just always enjoyed the 4A and 3A more. And also, it's just harder to get information for 4A and 3A. And while that's a hindrance to me, I'm trying to provide that for the fans. And so I just think maybe if we have a network that, for the most part, you know, as far as on this feed, the S2S Sports Network feed, and sideline to sideline, of course, if we just maybe focus on that. So let me know. Email me, Terry at s2ssport.com, or you can message us on Twitter at Grant and Terry, or on Facebook, Sideline to Sideline. All you have to do is you can, when I post this show, just leave it in the comments if you want. But I would love if you would email me. Or if you see it like on Smokey or Texas Down Low or wherever we post these shows, if you're listening from one of those links, then just put it in that thread. But I'm curious to see what y'all think. So, and part of that is what we're going to do this year, since we are a new network, and while Grant and I do, you know, we have a good following, and we do hope that all of y'all, or at least most of y'all, come over with us. It is a new network, and we're trying to, again, get out into the algorithm, get out into the internet world, and have people find us. And so what I thought we could do to get more content up is I'm going to start interviewing coaches in the off season for, right now, just 4A, 3A, 2A. Now, I will say, there might be I'm probably going to get Chad Worrell, who's now come out of 4A into 5A at Burleson. I'll probably do an interview, and I probably will still do a show with him because he's the guy that I've done the show with the longest. I really enjoy doing those shows. But other than that, it's going to be 4A, 3A, and 2A. Like later on this week, I'm going to interview the new head coach of Ponder, Coach Marcus Schultz, who went from Humble to Ponder, kind of shook up the high school football world yesterday when that was announced. Going from a 6A program to a 3A program. A 6A program, by the way, that he took that was in a very tough district, and year one went 2-8. Last year went 5-5 and almost made the playoffs in a very tough district. As I said on Sideline to Sideline, I think that is a power move by Ponder. I don't know if it puts them in a region contention right away, but I think they're an immediate dark horse. And so we're going to talk to him later on this week. And so I figured if we're going to do that, well, why don't we just make this an off season of coaches interviews? And we'll talk to coaches about their last season, what they're thinking about this season, maybe some off the topic, but we want to mainly stick on season and stuff. But I might get some coaching philosophy comments and things like that as well. And I don't know the format of we're going to do that. I was talking with Brett Lee, the owner of the network L4 Media, and what I kind of think I want to do is maybe almost daily have at least one interview from like May 1st. Go ahead and do some this month, but not as scheduled, just kind of when I can fit them in. And then maybe like May 1st start, one interview a day. And I don't know if it'll be 7 days of a week. It might be Monday through Friday and then just take off Saturday and Sunday. And it's not like I have to interview them of that day. I can do multiples in one day and then just hold them back and stuff. But something like that, I'm thinking maybe to help kind of not only get us out and get more people finding the new network, but I think it always helps me be more locked in when it comes to research and stuff the more I talk with coaches. And so I talk to a bunch of them anyway. So I might as well just bring those conversations, onto the air in the form of a coach's show. And also, honestly, if you're a coach who you've been curious about doing a coach's show and you haven't done one, and I end up interviewing you during the off season, maybe you'll be like, hey, you know what? I kind of want to do this every week. Or if you're somebody who's listening as a fan and you have a business or you have a way to sponsor one of these, well, then you can email me, Terry, at s2ssport.com and say, hey, look, I heard your show and I want to be able to sponsor one for my school. And we're up for doing that. Any school, again, right now, 4A, 3A, and 2A, but just get a hold of me. And all of these are going to stay audio. And the reason they're going to stay audio only, I should say, is simply because it's easier in the season. I'm excited to be doing the video for Sideline to Sideline and for Outdrank the coverage. There's so many things we can expand on those, but in these coaches shows, we want this to be quick. I want to be able to get these shows recorded and out almost as soon as I get them done, because all this information is time sensitive. It expires in a week. Now you can go back and listen, and people do. You can go back and listen and be like, oh man, I love what coach said. Now that I've watched the game and saw the results, he was dead on, or hey, he wasn't dead on, however you want to look at it. But for the most part, you don't really want to listen to a season or episode 2 or week 2 when you're in week 9. And so that's why these audio only, they're just quicker. And we also always want to make sure we provide audio for everything. Again, even for Sideline to Sideline and any of the shows that we do video, outside of special YouTube exclusive ones, like on Outdrank the coverage, that the league season retrospective we did, that was a video or YouTube exclusive because it's video dependent. You really, to get the best out of that show, you need to be able to watch and see the clips we played from the league and all that. So outside of those, and we'll always label those as YouTube exclusive, so we'll always provide audio and video or just audio only. So I always want to keep, close to my roots of being I went to school to be a radio guy and to talk on the radio, and it's not quite the radio, but to be honest with you, I love the podcast format so much more. Just simply things like this. I'm able to put this show out and be like, hey, I have a couple questions I want to ask the audience. I have a couple things I'd like for them to know coming into the next season. I can just pop on, have no time frame, just say what I want to say and end it when I feel like I've got the point across that I wanted to get across to you. So do not worry, because I already had a few people ask me, well, does that mean there'll be no audio only? There will be, and there will especially be audio only for these coaches shows and the regional shows. And again, I just need your help. Let me know what you think, if I should go regional shows that cover all classes or 4A, 3A, and 2A exclusive. All right. I think I got all the information out I needed. Again, want your feedback. We do appreciate everybody that has made the jump over. Man, I can't tell you, we are so excited for this football season. It's one of the reasons why I'm wanting to do off-season shows that I've never really done before. Is I'm just having a blast, and we hope that our quality of shows and the love that we have for this sport will carry over into these shows like they always have. Until next time, I'm Terry Bennett. This has been a special episode here on the S2S Sport Network.